we have a HP Pavilion X360. The main reason it was brought to me was because it was dropped. It also has another issue. It has a sound problem. Here's what happens. Now, the odd part about this, if it cut out completely every time it played music or sound, that'd be one thing, but every now and then it plays music just fine. So anytime you have an audio problem, the easiest solution is almost always replacing the driver. We're going to remove the old one, and then once we do that, we're going to replace it. After that, we know we have removed the driver. Then we want to try to play our music again and see if we have the same problem. If it's still choppy like that and we know we've got the correct driver on it, then at that point we have to say, well, it's no longer a software problem, it's possibly a hardware problem. Could be something as simple as when this laptop was dropped, it could be a cable that might be pinched inside the machine. The simplest way is to always start off with software. Software fixes your problem 90% of the time, probably 98% of the time if you haven't dropped the computer. It is a possibility that when the machine was dropped that something happened on the motherboard, something got yanked out of place, or maybe a connection isn't good or whatever, but we're going to dig into all that once we tear the machine apart and look and verify. Okay, so while I was installing these drivers, I had an epiphany. Well, maybe it's just the speakers. So I tried a USB headset and had the same problem. So I have a cheap little Bluetooth external speaker, and listen to this. Amazing. It works perfectly with Bluetooth. What that tells me is that the sound driver is probably okay, and the problem is probably something to do with the speakers internally. We'd still want to go ahead and try to replace those. We've got the driver reinstalled. I'm going to play this music file again, and my guess is that it's not going to play correctly. As you can see, Windows has reinstalled the Realtek high definition audio. I'm going to try to open up that music file and see if we have any difference. Well, it is doing the same exact thing, so that tells us that most likely we have a hardware problem. Only other software option at this point would be a complete Windows reinstall. While that's an option, it's highly unlikely that that would fix it, simply because Windows can obviously play music because we were able to play it through the Bluetooth. So that tells us that most likely the software is okay. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to disassemble the machine. So thanks for watching our troubleshooting guide on how to repair this Pavilion X360. After troubleshooting the sound, we have discovered that it is most likely a hardware problem. One thing I didn't mention in the video is I did use headphones and the sound played fine. And again, it played fine through Bluetooth. So the only time we have a sound problem is when we use the built-in speakers, that it is most likely a problem with the speakers or a wire or some of the connecting devices. So next step is disassemble it. So if you'd like to see that, you can watch this video right here. As always, thanks so much for watching.